I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and welcome to another edition of Inside 380. And make sure you subscribe to Inside 380 and follow Inside 380 on Twitter and Instagram at Inside 380. Now, our 380 Play of the Week will come on at the end of the show, but let's get into sports. First off, we're going to talk about baseball, and then we will be talking about hockey, and that will be the end of Inside 380. Now, first, MLB baseball. We have the World Series. We have the Royals, which were my favorite to make it out of the AL from the beginning. And we have the sleeper team, the Mets. The Mets made a trade for Yoenis Cespedes, got Kelly Johnson through trade, got Juan Uribe, and next thing you know, it went from a team that was struggling to win the NL East versus the Nationals to a team that blew past the Nationals and now are in the World Series for the first time in a long time and have their chance to win their first championship in 29 years. Now, cross the pond after you get out of Gotham City and the team in Queens, you have Kansas City, a team that got their hearts broken last year versus the Giants, who always seem to win the World Series when they make the playoffs. They have three of the last 5 years, though they won't win this year. And they have a team that's built on defense, relief pitching, and getting timely hits. Every time they're down, you can't never count them out because they constantly put the ball in play. You have one team with great starting pitching, not a great relief staff, but they have Yoris Familia. And Yoris Familia is dominant. His whip is under .5. He's allowed only a few base runners the whole postseason. And he's allowed no runs at all. 0.000 is his ERA. You got one team that was the best team at putting balls in play that were 95 plus. Another team that has guys that only throw 95 plus. You got Steven Matz. You got Noah Syndergaard, a.k.a. Thor. You got Jacob DeGrom in it. And then you have the Dark Knight himself, Matt Harvey.
Carlson, Ovechkin off his skate again, doesn't like that one, not on a tee for him. Carlson down low. Here's Kuznetsov, shot scores. Evgeny Kuznetsov, the hat trick.
Hard, didn't get him on him that quick. And you can tell by Cam Talbot's reaction, he doesn't like what happened here. He's set up, he's looked solid, but he just squeezed through.
So you have that pitching staff versus Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Kendrys Morales, Alex Gordon, Mike Moustauskas, Salvador Perez, and then you got the ALCS MVP, Alcides Escobar, as your leadoff man. And everyone knows, but I'm going to inform you if you don't know, the Royals perform a lot better when he swings at the very first pitch in the game. When he swings at the very first pitch, they win over 60% of their games and win at a remarkable clip. When he gets the first pitch in play, they're nearly unbeatable. And when he gets a hit, they're nearly unbeatable. So, instead of working the pitch count and, taking 5-6 pitch at-bats, all the Royals are looking for that one pitch. They get that one pitch, they're swinging. It's a done deal. Simple as that. Then you have the Mets, who have Matt Harvey, Jacob DeGrom, two aces. You got Youngblood and Syndergaard and Steven Matz. And you may have one of the best pitching rotations in recent memory in the World Series in a very, very, very long time. Now, you have Yoenis Cespedes and you have Daniel Murphy, who had 4 home runs in the NLCS and was the NLCS MVP. Then you have Curtis Granderson, who's used to winning after getting that 2009 World Series win with the New York Yankees. So this is going to be a show. Now, right now, my pick is the Royals in 6, but I would not sleep on the Mets. I did not expect them to beat the Cubs. But when you think about it, the matchup, the Cubs are the worst team at hitting pitches plus 94 miles per hour. Strikeout team, great at hitting home runs. They put the ball in play and they hit for power. And then you have the Mets, who are the best team collectively at throwing pitches above 95 plus. They throw heat. Their secondary pitches are good. Throw good all-speed pitches, slider, curveball, change-ups. It's a beast. You got the Royals. They don't hit a lot of home runs, but they get a lot of guys on base. And then when they get guys on base, they do great base running. Pure example, Lorenzo Cain went from first to home after getting a single by Eric Hosmer to get the game-winning run in Game 6 of the ALCS, to hoist the ALCS pennant for second consecutive years. So, what I'm hearing is something has to give. Either the Mets win their first championship in 29 years, or you have the Royals who win their first championship in 30 years and get redemption. So, you got two statistics that I'm going to leave you with before we end this segment. First of all, guess who the schedule makers have on opening day of next year? Royals, Mets. Is that a coincidence or was that a great prediction? Then you have the Royals. Out of the last several teams, the last 5, matter of fact, that went to the World Series consecutive years, and after losing Game 7 the previous year, or quote-unquote the winner-take-all game, every team won the World Series. Will the Royals double up on that and hold still and make that prediction true? Or will the Mets achieve their destiny and have one of the most mind-boggling fall classic runs in recent memory outside of last year's Kansas City Royals? That's Inside 380. MLB will be next. NHL 380 out.
7.8 to play in overtime. Alfred Payton, cross court. Oladipo cannot find an opening. Now fires. He got it! He drilled it! We're going to another overtime.
Nice job by Victor, just creating a little space, kept his feet in bounds.
Your boy LA is back, and it's time for us to hit the ice as we talk about the NHL. Now, we got 2 pertinent stories for you today, you, the 380 viewer. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about the Canadiens. They're 9-0. They will join a very select class if they win their 10th straight game and become the 3rd team to win 10 straight games to start the season, with the 93-94 Maple Leafs and the 06-07 Buffalo Sabres. Though if they win 2 in a row, obviously they'll achieve 11 straight, 22 points. They're the number 1 team in the league right now, number 1 team in the East. They have 35 goals this year, if only allowed 12, with a 23 goal differential, which marks top of the league, not even close. Then you also have a team that's outscoring opponents 8-0 in the first period and outscoring opponents in crunch time when the game is on the line, a stupid, staggering 14-2. You have Carey Price, who's 7-0. He has a 96.1 save percentage. He also is only allowing 1.29 goals a game. Then you have the Capitals. The Capitals are number 2 in the East. They have Alex Ovechkin doing this thing. Nicholas Backstrom just came from injury. And please, please, please forgive me if I mispronounce his name, but I think I got this one right here. You got 23-year-old fellow Russian phenom Evgeny Kuznetsov, who had 5 points in the Caps' last W versus the Oilers in a 7-4 win. He had also a hat trick, which is 3 goals, if you didn't know. And he leads the team in points with 11 points, 3 goals, 8 assists. All 3 of his goals, like I said, were versus the Oilers. First time he scored. And he just did his thing. He's been a great catalyst on the first line as Nicholas Backstrom has got back, coupled with TJ Oshie and Alex Ovechkin. He's great playmaker, and he has a lot of talent. The Capitals, if they keep this going up, they should have a chance to finally get over the hump and get to the Stanley Cup like they should. They had too much talent. You got TJ Oshie on one side, you have Alex Ovechkin, you had Justin Williams, you have great wings like that. Then you have Nicholas Backstrom, you have Kuznetsov, you have John Carlson on defense. He's had too much talent. All of those guys right there are Olympic caliber players, guys that have accomplished amounts of stuff throughout their career, including Justin Williams, who was on the Kings team that won the Stanley Cup a few years back. So, what more can we say? That's Inside 380. We're going to shoot at you. It's 385 as it concludes. And then we're going to give you our Inside 380 Player of the Week. I'm your boy, Lamar L.A. Smith, and 380 is out.
Westbrook. Baked it in. You gotta be kidding.
Oh my.